Hello everybody, my name is Billy McCarthy and today is my birthday! Well, when this video goes up, today is not my birthday, but I wanted to record this video for a sort of special reason. I've been making YouTube videos for a while. I've only just recently started getting back into it, but I wasn't always a podcaster and a Let's Player. I did animations, sprite animations. I wanted to get into the whole crossover fights, kind of similar to 1 Minute Melee at the time, because that was my favourite show to watch, just sprite fights, just for the sake of just seeing two characters fight. I never wanted to be like Death Battle. I just wanted to have fun animating my favourite characters crossing over. Eventually, it's going to be kind of weird to talk about this in particular, because this channel is called Crossover Clash, which, funny enough, I think at the time Jaru named it that. When I was looking for names what to call my show, Jaru just came up with Crossover Clash. At least I think it was Jaru. I've kind of wanted to go back to watch these videos, because I've not watched them since they first uploaded. Like, I think the last one I watched was Ghost Rider vs Scorpion, which, oh god, I think I remember when I was rewatching that, I hated it. And it's been like 2 or 3 years now since I've seen any of my animations. And in fact, it's been a while since I've even uploaded anything on my Crossover Clash channel. As you can see here, this is my old YouTube channel. And as of now, it has 63 subscribers. So, what you're going to see here is not only my animation, but also my reaction to this channel. And like I said, it's been a while since I've seen any of these videos, so hopefully they're not as bad as I hope they're not. Oh god, I'm gonna regret this. Okay then, I am barely a few seconds into this video. Oh my goodness. What was I thinking uploading this? Okay, to give some context to this, this was only animated in 3 days. And as much as I want to big myself up, saying, okay, for what it is, it's not too bad for my first ever animation that was only made in 3 days. But just look at the opening, like, I could barely do a zoom function, and just the way it zooms in on the tree is just terrible. It's just so, like, it's just terrible. Oh, and the freaking Scorpion close-up. Why did I try and do close-ups? Like, this is a Scorpion All Combat 9 action figure with barely even cut out. It's barely even cut out. Oh my god, what was I thinking? Oh god, this is terrible. Holy crap, I didn't even cut out all of the frames for Ghost Rider. That little bit where he jumps back, you can still see the bloody cutout bit. Where, oh my god, I don't even know how to explain this. It's just terrible. How could I upload this to YouTube? And this wasn't like, I wasn't like 15 or anything. Like, I think I was like 19, and I saw this and I was like, yes, this is good. Ah, you gotta love those Dragon Ball sound effects. Those totally fit these characters. I love the fact as well, those punches are meant to signify really powerful attacks hitting each other, yet in this context it looks like they're just touching tips of their knuckles with each other.
Get over here!
I love the fact that in the previous image, Scorpion seemed to have blew up an entire forest, yet the next frame after that, he's just in like, a completely different woods. God, you gotta love, you gotta love my creativity.
Get over here!
How is it my cutout for Ghost Rider was much better there than it was for Scorpion? By the way, I didn't have Photoshop at the time when I did this. I think I used Microsoft Paint. That's at least what I used to Photoshop things, even though I couldn't even Photoshop things. Okay, I'll admit, it definitely seemed like it was getting better near the last bit. But I just realised now, I never really used any of Ghost Rider's main abilities. I never had him summon his motorcycle. I never even made him do the penance stare. Like, isn't that... And I knew about Ghost Rider. I watched the 2 movies, even though I kind of regret it. I also saw him in, like, the Hulk animated show when I was a kid. And I also watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when he appeared. I'm just wondering, why did I not include the penance stare? I include other things, his chain and his fire attacks. That's so weird. But, you know what, not as bad as I remember near the last bit, but my goodness, just burn this. Burn it. Oh god, alright, next one. This next one is Ryu versus Deadpool. Now, I remember when I made the trailer for this fight, and the reaction was actually hilarious. People were so confused. Like, people were thinking it was either going to be Ryu versus, like, Jin, or Ryu versus Sub-Zero. Or Ryu versus Liu Kang. That's what I saw in the comments. And then I posted a tweet that was a teaser showing a box. So people thought, oh, it's going to be Snake, Capcom versus Konami. And then I revealed it to be Deadpool, which I think the thing of it was Deadpool's a big Street Fighter fan, so I figured it would just make sense. And, well, not make sense, it would just be funny seeing these two fight. That's the thing, I wasn't looking for matchups that made sense. Like, I wasn't. I was just looking for matchups that seemed kind of cool, or would be fun to watch if it happened. Similar to like Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Like, in contrast, it doesn't make that much sense, but the idea of them meeting sounds funny. And if I remember as well, this animation took me 2 months or longer, because I wanted to definitely make it better than the previous one, and I could definitely tell just already it's not too bad, but let's react to it. I love the fact there's no sound effects in the beginning there. Where's the sound effects? Like, Ryu's walking, no footsteps. Deadpool bursts out of a box, no sound effects. Not even when he slams into the ground. That's so weird. Okay, now, this animation's not good, and I wouldn't say it's any better than than Scorpion versus Ghost Rider. But I gotta admit, I could definitely see I was improving a wee bit, but I think I just did not perfectly capture how these characters fought, really. A lot of their attacks don't really have that impact or anything like that. And also how Deadpool's cut out just looks so horrible. Like, again though, I didn't have any experience animating, so it's kind of interesting to see, with my limited skills, what I could create in just a few days, or in this case a few weeks. I have to admit though, I did like the uniqueness that I did in this fight though, because I wanted to definitely make it the more audible matchup, and I remember loving that I did this where I had Ryu and Deadpool take their fight on the animation software I was using, and Ryu's just all confused yet he's still fighting Deadpool. I remember people were loving that idea as well. I think that's why people liked this more than Scorpion versus Ghost Rider. My favourite bit actually has to be when I made Deadpool summon more sprites of himself just to help him fight Ryu. I remember I loved that, so I remember how stupid it was, yet I loved it. As far as I'm looking at it now, not my best work. I don't think any of my animations are going to be any good. I had creativity in this episode, but it's not really something I would say was any better. Now then, we are on to a very interesting video, Kratos vs Wonder Woman. Now, when I wanted to continue doing this series, I was thinking to myself, what if I do some with votes? So people vote who they want to win. Not who they think wins, but who they want. So it was kind of like a popularity contest. And I remember I loved the idea, and I thought maybe my first episode I'll do is Kratos vs Wonder Woman. So I did that. And the votes were pretty one-sided, I have to admit. As you can see on the screen, 82% wanted Wonder Woman to win, and 18% for Kratos. I was like, really? Like, I really thought it was glitched. So I actually restarted the thing. Nope, it's still just 82 wanted Wonder Woman to win. In saying that though, this is one of my most viewed videos on my channel. clocking in at only 1,000. The moment a shitty sprite animation video has more views than me. But don't I say that though, the likes are 17, but the dislikes, woo, coming in at 19 dislikes. But if I had to give my small pros on the animation, nothing's any different from the other ones. But what I did notice when I was reacting to it, is that I seem to have was putting in like damage to characters. So looking at Wonder Woman, she has like blood stains on her like armor, indicating that she's been taking damage. I think I remember wanting to do that, so I actually went ahead and customized a sprite sheet 6 times just to put more damage on each character. And I will admit though, I didn't really utilise it that much. Despite I made 6 sprite sheets, I think I only used 2 of them. In fact, even Kratos didn't really have that many battle wounds in this fight. But Kratos lost this fight, and because it was like a really one-sided vote, I naturally assumed people are going to be that angry about this. But surprisingly, no, people were angry. Now for this section of the video, I want to talk about the comments. And the comments are pretty funny, because it seems as though people didn't bother watching the video to the end, because they were just saying, oh, this is complete bogus. But no, this comment has to come from Ken Liam Monario, and oh my goodness, I'm not going to read it all, but I'm going to put on screen. He put a full-on explanation to why Kratos would win. And I'm just like, okay then, I understand, but this is not a video to comment it on. This is a sprite animation. I didn't do research for it, I just animated the two fighting. Despite the fact of saying that, he went ahead and replied to so many comments with this exact same comment. And this is literally all he's doing. He's just copy and pasting like the comment and replying to multiple people about it. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, people might have seen your comment, mate. Do you really need to reply to so many people about this? I get it, you want to establish a point to why Kratos wins, but again, did you not see the video to the end? Like, is it really too long to watch like 5 seconds to see why Kratos lost? Oh well, regardless, next video. Now then, we're going to move on to my next most popular video, Yang Xiaolong vs Shadow. Now, in terms of the actual animation itself, not too bad. I do think I was improving still. I'd say this is on the same quality as Boba Fett vs Shadow, but that's not what we're here to talk about. No. I want to talk about the response this video got. Someone did actually do a response video to this. I was amazed by that. And it was a debunk video? No, I don't mean as in like, did you do something wrong in the animation? No, like they made 3 videos about Yang vs Shadow, specifically my one, and I'm flabbergasted really, because why would someone go to such efforts to talk about this particular episode? Well, and this is going to be my first time watching this response, because I heard how people told me he responded was pretty interesting, to say the least. So this is Tricky Reborn's video about, like, his first video, the trilogy of the response to Yang Xiaolong's Shadow vs Yang crossover clash. Now, he does text videos, so he doesn't do like text to speech, or he doesn't record his own mic. I don't know if he's still uploading videos now, but I am very curious to see this video. Hey guys, Tricky Reborn Studios here, and welcome to my response to Yang Xiaolong's crossover clash, Shadow vs Yang. Correction, Mr. Tricky Reborn, it's my animation. You bitch. Now note, I have nothing against Yang, it's just that this battle is wrong. Okay? Wanna know why? Well, I mean, given the fact you're doing a response to this, seriously, do people not really read the video's description or anything like that before they make a response? Okay, let me ask how. Well, you see, Tricky, what I did was I animated Yang doing a front flip, to which she then cracked Shadow's head open, and then Yang punched through his skull. You did watch the video, right? Yang is not on the level of Shadow. Because tell me, why didn't Shadow turn Super Shadow or use Chaos Control in this battle? Well, actually he did in the alternative ending, he used Chaos Control, but the fact is the fight opened up with like Yang finding a Chaos Emerald, and Shadow needed the Chaos Emerald. So he can't go Super Shadow unless he has all the Chaos Emeralds. And I did figure out, since Yang won the majority of votes, for those who don't know, Yang won the votes in this case, and in doing so, I guess I just had to remove Shadow's super form. Because there's no way, even I can't animate Yang defeating Sonic or any other Sonic character in a super form. It just doesn't make any sense. Even for a non-research fight. Shadow should have won this battle for a number of reasons. Because Shadow is Planet Buster, level, Yang is not. Look at this clip. And then he goes to show like Shadow performing a feat again. Tricky, did you not see the video? It's a non-researched fight. Like, we had the characters fight each other, and one side just wins through votes or whoever I feel like it. Shadow was able to fight gods and aliens. If Yang did that, she'll die. She's not at all the level of Shadow. Again! Oh my god, I can't tell if this is a troll video or if he's being genuine. Like, I get it. Like, Shadow would definitely win if this is a death battle. But this is not a death battle, it's a non-research fight. And then he just goes off showing like different fan arts of Shadow the Hedgehog. Not even crediting the artist, so good on ya. Now if this doesn't get any weirder, so I never actually saw his other response video, but he essentially just took my animation and redubbed it Crossover Clash Episode 1 Shadow vs Yang. And given the fact it's sitting at 11 dislikes, I'm pretty sure people can safely say they don't appreciate you stealing my video. In fact, most of the opening of this video is no different from the actual video itself. Does the intro, everything's normal from the animation, but what's different is here. So he then starts randomly doing like a montage of Shadow and Yang fighting. But here's the thing though, like, at least in my animation, I have Shadow and Yang fighting. But then we get to this. Yang and Shadow trade blows. Well, actually no, that's Yang and Neo from Ruby. And now you're showing Shadow and Sonic fighting. Oh, and now you're just back to my animation. Like, like, why didn't you just show my animation and then just, I don't know, cut to Shadow just blowing up Yang and just calling it an episode? In fact, what gets even stupider is that he puts Beat It in the fight. Michael Jackson's Beat It. Obviously I can't put it in the video because copyright reasons, but why Beat It? It's just so stupid. And then it cuts to Shadow beating up Nazu, which is meant to resemble Yang. It says, picks up Yang, uses Ketron, sends Yang to space, and blah. Like, this was terrible. Like, I know I was criticising my animations, but mate, if you're going to take my episode, redub it as your own, just keep the animation and just show Yang die. Like, here's what you could have done. You could have, I don't know why I'm giving advice to someone stealing my work, but you could have just had it, shows Yang on the floor, Shadow just uses his Chaos Blast and kills her. That's all you had to do. I don't know why you just didn't do that. In fact, funny I say that, because he did do another response to this, in which it is titled Message to Billy Bob, which was one of my YouTube accounts. And it sits at 7 dislikes and no likes. I wonder what it says. Don't fuck up the next one. Just like I did this one with the real one, I'll do the next one. So he's threatening me if I don't get the next episode right, then he'll steal my video again. There's no wonder you have 7 dislikes, mate, on this video. Straight up saying, if you don't do the right winner, I'm gonna steal your video. Like, who does that? Right, now this episode, I'm not looking forward to viewing it, because this is when I jump to Pivot and move to Flash animation. So you would think, before I move on to the next episode, I would use the next few months to practice it and perfect my skills. Well, he walks like he's got a turd in his pants, so I think that says it all. What's even sadder about this episode is that Yang the Insane tried to edit it just so it looked a little bit more cinematic, but my goodness, this is somehow worse than Scorpion vs. Ghost Rider. Like, how did I accomplish that? That's a feat. That's a big feat in my record. But yeah, in the end, this episode is just, it's so short. If you were to cut out the edited cinematics, it's just a 30-second fight that isn't that good. It's just so poor to watch. Like I said, this is worse than Scorpion vs. Ghost Rider, which I don't even know how that's possible. So, not much else to say about that one. My final episode though, before I eventually finished for good, which is actually my most popular episode on the channel, with over 1,300 views, 29 likes, and 9 dislikes. So, I'm kind of interested to see if my final animation, did I go out with a bang, or was it just another downgrade from my previous animation? Yeah, and it sounds like I'm bigging myself up, but I think my animation was really good at this point. I think I finally got to grips with like the Flash software, and you can even see there's not too many black bars around the sides of the video. I actually managed to get into a perfect little frame rate, and I even managed to get it like to cover a screen, whereas before I didn't do that. One thing I also kind of liked about this particular episode I animated was the fact I wanted Shovel Knight and Mega Man to be in their classic like sprites, not the full-on 3D models or the newer sprites that they received over the years. I wanted it to be as accurate to their games as possible. And this was also another fan-voted fight. And in it, Shovel Knight actually won, which I don't think he ever wins like sprite animations on YouTube as far as I've seen. Despite the fact he's so popular, he tends to lose a lot. I'm not sure if animators just dislike him or what. But I will, again, bigging myself up, I do think I did really well on my final animation. And it is a shame though that I never did finish my other animation I was working on after this, which was going to be Ezio vs Agent 47, which I originally planned for season 1 of my series. But all in all, that is essentially my YouTube channel, Crossover Clash. Looking back on it now, I can't exactly say I'm proud of it. Don't get me wrong, I definitely improved over time, but I do feel like animation was just not for me. It was very time consuming and it was very exhausting trying to do all these animations, especially because I wanted to stand out from other animations. I didn't want it just to be another show where two characters cross over and they fought. I planned battle royales, I planned a freeway fight. There was so many plans I had for this channel. I even had voice actors. Well, nearly, but they just chose to leave. I was also going to get other animators involved, which I did. MLG Avocado, I'm not sure if he still makes videos, but he did a few episodes. Genji vs Raiden and Boomstick vs Master Chief. Yes, the Boomstick from Death Battle. The channel itself is very dated, the animations are not good, they don't hold up. Even a lot of the older episodes of Death Battle and 1 Minute Melee hold up. Even if they're not as good as they are now, the animation quality is still outstanding, and you could definitely see the determination in their work. And I think that's ultimately what led to the downfall of Crossover Clash. I was not determined. I was not really having fun doing animations. Maybe during the first few episodes I was, but after a while you just get burnt out of this stuff. Like, I feel like it was after Shovel Knight vs Mega Man, I was just not having fun anymore. While I was getting the Ezio sprites and the Hitman sprites done, I just took a long break. And eventually I was talking with Yang Insane, potentially putting it on her YouTube channel again, and she would also help out with the animation. She was even going to try and get Duo Dreamer involved, MLG Avocado, and other animators from Battle Mode. But the problem is, though, I didn't want it just to become something I just upload other people's content on. I wanted it to be my content. And I don't mind people helping out now and again for some episodes or special ones. But if my channel just became something of like just using other people's work to get my channel goodbye, I just wouldn't feel proud of it because it's not my work. Again, to some people that might seem like a weird reason to stop it, but that's just how I felt. If I'm not having fun with something, I don't want to just make people do the work for me and eventually just get me the views. And I will admit though, it's great to see how much of an impact this channel did have on some small communities. I mean, I had like Tricky Reborn Studios go out of his way to start a drama with Yang the Insane. Like, it's weird to think, why did this Yang versus Shadow video cause so much drama between that guy and her? And not only that, it even eventually caused me drama with another YouTuber, Red Elastic. I'm not sure if he still does YouTube videos anymore, but I remember Red Elastic being very critical with me in terms of like who I chose to win and who I chose to lose for Crossover Clash. And even he decided to take his anger out on all my friends as well, with Yang the Insane and other YouTubers. I still talk to Yang the Insane, and she's moved on from wanting to do sprite animations for Crossover Clash, and she's now on Duo Dreamers Battle Mode server, which is really good. I'm really glad that she's at least not wasting her time with the animation that she was going to do for my series. Will I ever return to Crossover Clash? No, I feel like I'm just going to leave this channel to just willow away and die. And just let the comments go nuts. Like, I wonder if, like, 5 years' time, I go back to this, there's going to be, like, 30 comments about Kratos versus Wonder Woman. That guy's going to be replying to them all just to say why my video is wrong and why I need to do better research. It was funny to see just how nuts the community went about this. But if you are curious to see more of these videos, or watch them yourself properly without my commentary, then head in the description below and I'll link my YouTube channel, my old one now, and let me know what you thought of them. And, you know, happy birthday to me, and thank you all so much for watching this video. And I don't really have anything else to say aside farewell, everybody.